Hello viewers, welcome to the episode on important tourist destinations in Switzerland. Switzerland is recognized as the world's most famous tourist destination since a long time. The reason being is the presence of extraordinary natural beauties, cultural and other interesting attractions. Switzerland is also known as the summer and winter sports paradise, where many seasonal sports activities are hosted and thousands participate in the sports event. In this episode, we will be discussing on some of the important tourist destinations in Switzerland. For better understanding, this episode is divided into 5 parts, namely history of tourism in Switzerland, important tourist destinations like Matterhorn, Zermatt, Jungfrau region, Grindelwald, Interlaken, Geneva, Lucerne, Bern, Lake Geneva, Lugano, St. Moritz, Zurich, Lausanne, Rhine Falls, Swiss National Park, Schillon Castle, Saas-Fee, Davos and Klosters, Mount Titlis and Gstaad. Let us now understand about the history of tourism in Switzerland. Tourism in Switzerland dates back to the 1700s when Britishers started exploring the Bohemian Switzerland and developed significantly due to the advancement in transportation sector. Especially, tourist interest in the region was significantly influenced by the development of water and railway transport. In the 1830s, a steamboat started to operate between Dessau and Dresden. In addition to cargo boats, pleasure steamers also started their operations. The railway from Dresden to Port-Moresby, now a part of Dessau, was completed in 1851, which marked the beginning of intensive tourist interest in the area. Tourism in Switzerland also suffered during the World War II, but after the war, almost entire of the Switzerland became accessible for tourism and also became a significant source of income for the locals. There are many associations set up to develop tourism in country like the Mountaineering Association for Bohemian Switzerland, the Mountaineering Association for Northmost Bohemia, Swiss Sports Authorities, etc., which provide facilities to the tourists, visitors, hikers and sports enthusiasts throughout the year. Important tourist destinations: Matterhorn, Zermatt, Jungfrau region, Grindelwald and Interlaken. Switzerland is filled with wonderful alpine scenery, Alps, peaks, magnificent lakes, valleys, glaciers which attracts tourists from all over the world. There are many international standard resorts which facilitates the guests and visitors in many adventure and recreational activities. Below are some of the important destinations in Switzerland. Matterhorn. The Matterhorn is Switzerland's most iconic pointed peak. Matterhorn name is derived from German word Matte, which means horn. It is one of the highest mountains in the Alps located on the Italy-Switzerland border, and this peak rises to 4,478 meters, approximately 14,900 feet, and has 4 steep faces. It is also one of the deadliest peaks in the Alps, as the first summiting in 1865 ended tragically when 4 climbers fell to their death during the descent. Today, thousands of experienced climbers come here each summer. Zermatt. Zermatt is a village located at the foot of the mighty peak Matterhorn. Known to a top international resort with horns-drawn carriage rides, old-fashioned chalets and world-class restaurants and hotels. To preserve the air quality and peaceful ambience, motorized vehicles are banned in the village. In the winter, skiers can ski down more than 300 kilometers of slopes. In the summer, swimming and tennis are popular pursuits as well as hiking, biking and climbing in the surrounding mountains. Summer glacier skiing is also available. Jungfrau region. It is one of the most popular attractions in Switzerland. Tourists can experience the scenery of the beautiful Bernese Oberland on the train journey to Jungfrau, which is called as the top of Europe, with an observation terrace and scientific observatory perched at 11,500 feet. The longest glacier in Europe, the Great Altes Glacier, begins at Jungfrau Joch and is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The famous Eiger Trail from the Eiger Glacier Station to Alpine clings to the rocks at the foot of the north face. Grindelwald. Grindelwald is a beautiful glacier village in the Jungfrau region which offers a great base for adventures into the surrounding mountains. Grindelwald is situated at the base of snow-cloaked mountains and is one of the Switzerland's oldest and most popular resorts. Towering above the Alpine Valley is the crown-shaped Waterhorn and the sheer north face of Eiger, one of the planet's most dramatic and difficult climbs. Between the mountains lie Grindelwald's two glinting glaciers. For the best views, Faulhorn at 9,000 feet offers breathtaking panoramas of the giant peaks. Interlaken. Interlaken is one of the major lakes of Switzerland. It is located between Lake Thun to the west and Lake Bruins to the east, and it is one of the Switzerland's most popular summer holiday resorts. Tourists started coming to Interlaken in the early 1800s to breathe in the mountain air and partake of spa treatments. In the center of town, many flower gardens, hotels and cafes surround the Hauweg, the main boulevard through here with breathtaking views of the mountains. The mighty peaks of the Eiger, Monch and Jungfrau Tower above the town providing excellent opportunities for adventure lovers. Hiking, climbing, abseiling and kayaking are the prime activities in the area. More than 45 mountain railways, cable cars, chairlifts and ski lifts transport visitors into the surrounding countryside. In the winter, skiers and snowboarders can ski along the extensive ski trail network. In the summer, paragliding is the main activity in the area. Interlaken used to be known as watchmaking center, but today it is more popular as a tourist resort. Geneva, Lucerne, Bern, Lake Geneva, Lugano. Geneva. Geneva is located close to the French border and almost entire of the land is surrounded by France except only by a lake and a narrow land strip, making it a city belong to Switzerland, and it has the atmosphere of a cosmopolitan city. Geneva is revered as the headquarters for a number of multinational corporations and associations like the Red Cross Society, United Nations till 1946, etc. There are many buildings, broad streets, business centers, parks and gardens. There are many places of tourist interest including the Cathedral of Saint Pierre, Waterjet, Roman Forum in Switzerland called the Place du Bord de Fort, the English Garden, Palais des Nations, Art and History Museum, Reformation Monument, etc. Lucerne. Lucerne is another important tourist spot in Switzerland with its beautiful blue lake surrounded by mountains, a motor vehicle free medieval old town, covered bridges, waterfront walkways, historic buildings and plazas with water fountains. Lucerne is a top spot for tourists which is famed for its music concerts. This ideal Swiss town attracts renowned lead singers, dance performers and many orchestras to its annual International Music Festival. The Culture and Convention Center is home to one of the world's leading concert halls. One of the city's most famous landmarks is the Chapel Bridge, built in the 14th century, and the famous Lion Monument which can be seen in a small park. Bern. Bern is a scenic medieval city with a history that dates back to the 12th century, though it did not become a part of Swiss Union until the 16th century. Its most famous attractions is the Zeitlog, an ancient clock tower with moving puppets. Other popular sites includes the Münster, a Gothic cathedral that rises from the old town and its town hall. The bear is the symbol of Bern, with several being kept in an open air pit. Shoppers also visit the old town that boasts 6 kilometers of arcades, making it one of the longest covered shopping areas in Europe. Lake Geneva. One of the largest lakes in Europe, Lake Geneva lies on the course of the Rhine River on the frontier between France and Switzerland. Aside from the city Geneva, most destinations in the Lake Geneva region are in either the Swiss canton of Waadt or the French department of Haute-Savoie. The geography is varied, with the Jura Mountains in the north, a hilly plain in the center and the Alps in the southwest. The main attractions here are the elegant cities and towns surrounding the lake. The opportunities for skiing and hiking in both mountain ranges and the lake itself gives a wonderful experience to the visitors. Lugano. Lugano has been nicknamed as the Monte Carlo of Switzerland because of its growing popularity with celebrities. The city is located on Lake Lugano in the Italian-speaking section of the Alpine country. Lugano, which is blessed with warm summers, dates back to the 9th century. The city is home to a large number of Swiss heritage sites, including 3 cathedrals, 2 libraries, and several museums. Home to numerous financial institutions, the city also hosts an annual classical music festival called the Lugano Festival in the summer. Saint Moritz, Zurich, Lausanne, Rhine Falls Swiss National Park. Saint Moritz. Saint Moritz is famous for its mirror-like lakes, glaciers, rough peaks, alpine forests, and plenty of sunshine. Saint Moritz is one of the world's top mountain destinations and home to many palatial hotels and pricey restaurants. Saint Moritz is also famous as the host of 2 Winter Olympics. In an alpine valley 5,500 feet above the sea level, the town is divided into 2 parts: St. Moritz Dorf, located on the terrace overlooking the St. Moritz Lake. The other part of town, Lakeside St. Moritz, is located on the valley floor, which is a health resort with less expensive lodging. Winter sports ranging from skiing, snowboarding, and bobsledding on the famous 1.2 kilometer long Cresta Run are held here. In the summer, hiking, biking, and water sports are held. Glacier skiing is also available in summer. Zurich. Zurich is Switzerland's largest city and a major transportation hub and also a prime starting point for travelers. The city lies at the northwestern end of the Lake Zurich, a great place to begin a walking tour in the cobbled street of the old town with its old-fashioned shops, cafes and galleries. A 2-kilometer long shopping street is regarded as the Europe's finest shopping street, which offers with many designer stores, watches and jewelry. The Museum of Fine Arts, with an impressive collection of art from Middle Ages to the present day, attracts many tourists and visitors. Another important museum is the Reitberg Museum, which focuses on non-European art with many works from China, India and Africa. A short stroll from Zurich's main station, the Swiss National Museum in a Gothic estate, spotlights Swiss cultural history. The Zurich Zoo, with an elephant park, penguin parade and Madagascar pavilion, is another attraction. Lausanne. Athletes with Olympic aspirations enjoy visiting Lausanne, which is a scenic city that is the second largest on Lake Geneva, as it is home to the International Olympic Committee. Lausanne also offers some of the world's best ski slopes. A part of the Swiss Riviera, Lausanne has been popular among the famous writers over the centuries, include Lord Byron, the Shelleys and Ernest Hemingway. Located in the French-speaking sector of Switzerland, Lausanne boasts an impressive cathedral and wonderful outdoor markets. Rhine Falls. The Rhine Falls is located at Schaffhausen and are the largest falls in Central Europe. The falls are having a span of 150 meters. The best time to visit the falls is during June and July, when the mountain snow melts and the falls swell in volume to spill over a 21-meter high ledge of limestone. Boat trips up the Rhine Falls provide excellent views of the falls. Swiss National Park. Swiss National Park was founded in 1914. Swiss National Park is located in the Engadin Valley and the park is the oldest reserve in the Alps. The park covers more than 170 square kilometers of mountain pine forest, flower-dotted hollows, shrubs, fast-flowing rivers and limestone cracks. Nature lovers can explore the region on the large network of trails, though going around these paths is prohibited, in an effort to preserve the natural ecosystems. More than 5,000 species of wildlife make their home here, including marmot, red deer, chamois, ibex, fox and more than 100 species of birds. Schillon Castle, Saas-Fee, Davos and Klosters, Mount Titlis and Gstaad. Schillon Castle. Schillon Castle, Château de Chillon, is located on the shores of Lake Geneva. For over 4 centuries, the water castle was the main fortress that monitored water freight on the lake and guarded the land route to St. Bernard Pass. The castle showcases art from the 14th century, subterranean vaults, 25 separate buildings with 3 courtyards and 2 circular walls. The castle is being visited by thousands of visitors every year. The castle can be privately rented for personal events like grand weddings, etc. Saas-Fee. Saas-Fee is located close to the glaciers of the Dom, which is the highest peak in the entire Switzerland. The 150 kilometers of ski trails and slopes at Saas-Fee provide 5,400 feet of vertical, all of which is terrain where intermediate skiers will feel comfortable. In total, there are 26 trials covering 96 kilometers are classed for intermediaries. There are many ski trials suitable for all types of enthusiasts from beginners to professional skiers. Davos and Klosters. Davos and Klosters are one of Europe's largest winter sports areas and one of the highest in altitude. Davos is a series of ski resorts that string for several miles along the valley of the Landweser River in eastern Switzerland. The two main centers are the completely dissimilar towns of Davos and Klosters. Klosters has alpine village atmosphere, but there are many multiple ski areas are interconnected, so it's easy to ski on any combination. Altogether, both Davos and Klosters offer more than 300 kilometers of groomed runs, much of which is classed for intermediates. But the tremendous off-piste terrain attracts a loyal following of experts. The nearby Person is another major area with some of the most challenging terrain and some of the longest runs in the Alps. The longest is 13 kilometers with a vertical drop of 2034 meters. Davos is also popular with Nordic skiers for its 140 kilometers of cross-country ski trials, some lighted up for night skiing. The Nordic World Cup race is held here. Mount Titlis, only 45 minutes from Lucerne and just over an hour from Zurich. Mount Titlis is one of the Switzerland's most popular attractions. With tourists ascending to its summit in a state-of-the-art revolving cable car, tourists can enjoy beautiful view of the valleys and mountains covered in snow. Tourists can visit Mount Titlis throughout the year, but in the winter, the mountain and the small monastery village of Engelberg at its foot becomes the central Switzerland's largest family winter sports resort. Gstaad. Gstaad has been recognized as the resort for celebrities. There's plenty of fine skiing and boarding in the 10 villages that make up the group now branded as Gstaad Mountain Rides. Together, their terrain sums up to a total of 220 kilometers of pistes and snow peaks served by 57 lifts. The altitude of ski terrain reaches to 3000 meters and a glacier guarantees skiing from late October through early May. Some ski trails are lighted for night skiing and 60% of them are equipped with snow making. To sum up, Switzerland is adorned as the favorite tourist destination all over the world. The beautiful scenery consisting of many wonderful mountains, peaks, Alps, valleys, lakes, skiing resorts, etc. Switzerland also offers many health resorts too. Though snow is covered all around the year, the best time to visit Switzerland is during the winter to enjoy skiing. Switzerland has many well-known destinations including Matterhorn, Zermatt, Grindelwald, Interlaken, Geneva, Lake Geneva, Bern, Zurich, St. Moritz, Rhine Falls, Swiss National Park, etc. Switzerland is also famous for its financial institutions having transactions with its customers from all over the world. Thank you for watching.